Now, before I get into this video, I just want to say that I don't think I'm better, or anyone who quits social media is better than anyone who is still on social media. I think everyone has their reasons to be on or to not be on social media. So just putting that out there. Yeah. So since August 13th of 2023, I've been off social media, all social media, except for YouTube, but I'll touch up on that in a sec. And it all started when I was coming home and visiting my family down in Florida. I live in Texas now, but I was going to visit my family. And when I was coming back home, I was in the airport and I just saw like everyone was on their phones. I'm just like, damn. Like literally everyone was on their phones. Like no one was in the present moment, just sitting there, just like, just being there, like waiting. And I get like waiting is boring and stuff, but still it was crazy. Like I even saw like 5-year-old kids in like strollers, just like on their iPads, just like going through TikTok and watching YouTube. So yeah, everyone was just glued on their phones. That's what I was observing at the time. And that's when it hit me, like, this cannot be good for our brains, right? Like this is such a new like concept, like dopamine, the instant gratification of going through social media is still like a very new concept. It's barely like 10 years old. Like the internet in itself is such a like new thing in the grand scope of things as well. So yeah, right there in the moment at the airport, I decided to delete all my social media. And on top of that, I was on a no-fap journey, which I'm still on right now. So that kind of just went hand in hand. Once you start realizing that social media, and especially if you're on adult websites, you come to realize the effects that it has on your brain is just, flooding your mind with dopamine, like endless dopamine. And it's just like, dopamine is meant to be released slowly throughout the day, right? That's supposed to like keep us excited and looking forward to things. But when you're on social media all the time, or if you're often, find yourself on adult websites, then you are just like overloading your mind with this dopamine, So yeah, so I just began deleting all my apps. I deleted TikTok, Instagram, I was gonna say Facebook, but like who still has Facebook? I deleted TikTok, Reddit, and Twitter. I'll be honest and say I actually didn't delete my accounts on those apps, but I did delete those apps, and I haven't checked on any of those accounts since. Even when I deleted them, I didn't do like a last minute like who DM'd me, like I have no idea who's in my DMs. Probably no one though, because no one was ever in my DMs anyway. So but with that, I'll go into some pros and cons about deleting social media, and maybe what you can expect if you do delete your socials as well. Let's start out with the cons first. One of the biggest cons for me starting out was everything, like in the beginning especially, I don't want to say like depressed, but everything was just like mundane. Like it just wasn't interesting for me. I think like the thing is, when we give it up, like our brains are like, yo, hold up, like where did all that like interesting, fun stuff go? Where did all that like instant gratification go? We're just like so used to that, like I said, like the endless content in the palm of our hands. So I think when you first give it up, when you first delete social media, it may seem like life is kind of boring at first, but it's just our brains, trying to recalibrate our dopamine levels. The second thing I would say is kind of a pro but con at the same time, but I put it in the cons list, is not knowing what your friends and even your family, because I feel like these days we don't even like talk to our families. Like we just see what they're up to like on social media, which is crazy. But why it's kind of a pro to me, because in a way it's kind of nice to like catch up with someone in real life. and actually have something to talk about versus, knowing everything they did that day. Like the other day, for example, I FaceTimed my brother, and I didn't even know he dyed his hair. Like that's something where previously I'd be like, oh yeah, I knew he dyed his hair because I saw him post on Instagram. But on the other hand, like matter of fact, this might just be like, I don't know, this might be a con too, but like I almost missed my sister's birthday because I was so dependent on like Instagram to like to see like birthday posts, or to see her like put a birthday post that, or to see her like post a birthday photo. So it's crazy. Like my mom called me last minute on her birthday and be like, did you wish your sister a happy birthday? And I was like, oh, I was totally super dependent on social media to remind me, when her birthday was, which is pretty bad. A third con is your friends always sending you videos and links to all these apps you don't have anymore. Like sometimes you get a friend that's just like sending you 20 TikToks and you're just like, I'm not gonna open any of these. But I mean, all you could do is, remind them like, yo, I'm not on social media. And just, eventually they'll just stop sending you stuff. But yeah, you do like, you start missing out on trends and stuff. Like I have no idea what trends are popular right now, which is like, I don't know, it's just something I don't really miss personally. Like I don't care to know what's trending or not right now. I will say though, I feel like I can enjoy music a little bit more now. Like before, I feel like my music taste was starting to get influenced by like whatever was like popping on Instagram, not Instagram, like whatever was popping on TikTok. And now I feel like I'm listening to a lot more music that like maybe it is popular on TikTok, but at least I found it not on TikTok. Like I found it, I'm not associating it with like a TikTok I saw and be like, oh, that's the one song from TikTok. It's like I just know it as that song. But speaking of friends, you might lose some friends because you come to realize you were only really friends because you would send each other things on social. But if they're really your friend and if you really care about these people, you'd probably have their phone number anyways. So anyone who you lose throughout this journey is like, should be okay to lose because they're not like, you don't have their phone numbers, so then they shouldn't really matter if they're just your online friends. I said I was going to touch up on YouTube because yes, I know YouTube is a social media technically, but I'm putting a but there. I feel like YouTube is one of those social medias where like, you don't get a daily update on people's lives. Like I can't open up YouTube and, see what my cousin just ate 20 seconds ago. Like he's not going to post a video saying, this is my meal, this is my lunch meal. But I will say I have directed a lot of my attention to YouTube, like a little bit more than I would like had went to YouTube, and I find myself watching a lot more YouTube these days. And I try to tell myself like, oh, I'm watching informational videos, but sometimes like, I do catch myself watching like entertainment things that really have no value. So there is that. Now let's get into some of the pros of why you might want to delete all your social media. And in my opinion, the pros outweigh the cons by a lot. So the first thing for me is I started to really appreciate the little things in life. Like a nice day outside is just like one of the best things to, just embellish and be in. Whereas before, there could have been like a perfect day and, I'd just be on my phone on TikTok all day for hours, on Instagram, whatever, scrolling through while like a perfect day is just passing me by. Even food hits different. Like I'm just more appreciative of like good food and just being in the moment. Like, and on top of that, like I said, I was also quitting I was on my NoFap journey, and I feel like with that, I just feel more intimate with her than when I was on the hub. You know what I'm saying? I rarely even think about that kind of stuff anymore. It's just something like I could easily dismiss in my head. And I think part of that is like Instagram is definitely, like, don't lie to yourself, Instagram is a gateway to going to an adult website. It's just like you open up that explore page and there's no escaping half naked women on there. I mean, honestly, it's just a waste of time when you come to realize, like, it's just a waste of time and energy. The second benefit of the pro, I would say, is not being caught up in how other people are doing. Like, you open up social media and you see like someone who's like 5 years younger than you and they're in a spot in life that you wish you could be. Like, that's just kind of like, that's not helpful at all. Social media just makes everything feel like a competition when life really is not a competition. Life is just you trying to better yourself every day. Yeah, it's just you trying to be better than a previous self of you. And the third thing I would say is what most people probably quit social media for, is being more productive. I mean, I wouldn't be doing this video if I didn't quit, I don't think. There's just way more time for you to do other things. You get more sleep. Sleep is one of those things you don't realize. Like, when you actually have a good rest, how good the rest of your day goes. Like, it's like a domino effect. If you're sleepy all day, like, everything just feels off. Everything just feels wrong. You get annoyed, it's like a lot more easily. And I feel like when I was sleepy, I would always be like looking forward to the weekend, because those were the days you could just stay up all night and it didn't matter because you didn't have work the next day. And so, like, I would hate Monday through Friday, or I would hate Monday through Thursday, because all I was looking forward to was the weekend where I could just stay up and not suffer the consequences of being tired all day. But now I feel like I get a good night's sleep, and every day just feels like a great day to me now, because every day that you're alive is a great day, right? It's like you really just start to appreciate, like, damn, like, I'm really alive right now. That's crazy. On some other things I've had more time for is I've been journaling a lot more. I've been manifesting a lot more. I have a video on manifesting. If you want to check that out, I think it's gonna be up here somewhere, or maybe it's over there. You'll see the card come up if you want to watch a video on how to manifest anything you want in your life. No cap. I have a lot more time to go to the gym. I feel like everyone has time to go to the gym, obviously, but now it definitely feels like there's really no excuse not to go to the gym. Because one, I get a good night's sleep now, so I'm not tired to go, and two, I've cleared up at least like 4 hours of my day to go at least an hour to the gym. For me though, the greatest thing that's come from quitting social is just not feeling jealous anymore. I feel like when I was on social media, I would just feel jealous about, like, even real life things. I don't know, there's like something about always seeing what other people are up to that bleeds into your real life, where you start wondering what, like, strangers are up to almost, right? Like what they're doing on a day-to-day. But now it's like I don't even live in that online world anymore. There's nothing like for me to be checking up on. There's nothing for me to be like, damn, how is this 18-year-old a millionaire already? Like, I only live in my real life world now, so it's just hard to be like I don't even know if that makes sense to y'all, but anyone that's quit social media probably understands what I'm saying, in the sense of, like, you just feel free, like Kanye said, I feel kind of free. That's just like what I feel like. So yeah, I hope this video maybe inspires some of y'all to quit social media, even if it's just for a month. Try 30 days, but I will warn you, you might just not want to come back after 30 days. And I really don't foresee myself going back on any social media anytime soon. It's just like the pros severely outweigh the cons. And when you think about it, if I was to go back on social, I probably can expect, like, everything that is happening already. Like, the same people are doing the same things, I can expect that girl who always posts photos of her food to still be posting photos of her food. Like, I'm not missing out on anything. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. If you all want some tips on how to quit social media, I'm probably gonna make another video on that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Be Feliz. Peace.